You can dance every dance with the guy who gives you.
The Drifters are not just a group, but a legendary brand with one of the most complex histories in rock and roll, full of constant lineup changes. The original lineup was formed in 1953, but by 1958, after the dismissal of original vocalist Clyde McPhatter, manager George Treadwell fired the entire group and hired a new lineup, with Benny King as the lead singer. It was this second lineup that became the most successful in the history of the Drifters. This lineup took their sound to a new level, adding soul elements and lush orchestral arrangements to R&B, which made them stand out from other vocal groups. Their style became a signature of Atlantic Records.
Let 'em hold you tight. You can smile.
Save the Last Dance for Me is not just a love song. It's a personal confession from its CEO writer, D.O.C. Pomus. D.O.C. Pomus was a well-known songwriter, but due to childhood polio, he had to use crutches or a wheelchair. At his own wedding in 1957, he wrote this song while watching his wife dance with guests. He couldn't join her on the dance floor, and this feeling of mixed joy and sadness became the basis for the song. He asked Mort Schumann to write a melody that would match this emotion. The result was a ballad that, despite its sad undertones, was filled with hope and elegance.
Every smile for the man who held your hand beneath the pale moon.
When Benny King recorded the song, he gave it a special, soulful depth, and arranger Stan Applebaum created an incredible, multi-layered orchestral part with cello and violins, which was highly unusual for R&B at the time.
But don't forget who's taking you home and
in 1960, the musical landscape was very diverse. The Everly Brothers created perfect harmonies, Roy Orbison wrote dramatic ballads, and the Ventures had instrumental hits. The Drifters, in turn, showed that R&B could be sophisticated, melodic, and yet incredibly popular. Save the Last Dance for Me became a prime example of genre evolution. It retained the rhythmic foundation of R&B, but added a complexity and elegance previously characteristic only of pop music. This song helped blur the lines between genres and showed that rock music could be not only rebellious, but also incredibly romantic.
Oh, I know that the music's fine like sparkling wine.
As with other songs from 1960, the ongoing payola scandal impacted the music industry. However, the success of Save the Last Dance for Me was not due to bribes, but to the quality of the song and its outstanding arrangement. At this time, the importance of producers and arrangers like Jerry Wexler, who worked with the Drifters at Atlantic Records, was growing in the industry.
Go and have your fun. Laugh and sing.
Save the Last Dance for Me was a sign that studio craftsmanship and a well-thought-out sound were coming to the forefront. Save the Last Dance for Me was released in August 1960 and quickly shot to the top of the charts. It reached #1 on the American Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the biggest hits of the Drifters' career.
But while we're apart, don't give your heart to
the song also reached #2 in the UK. The influence of the Drifters and this specific song on subsequent music is immense. They became a bridge between classic R&B and soul, paving the way for groups like The Temptations and the Four Tops. Save the Last Dance for Me has been covered numerous times by many artists, including Emmylou Harris and Michael Bublé, which only underscores its timeless relevance.
Don't forget who's taking